Good late Sunday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly checking in on the September 9th of 2018. We tried our best, folks. We tried to get rid of some of the cloud cover today. For a select few of you, we managed to do that and allow temperatures to go at least near 70, if not a few spots in the lower 70s. But this was how everybody looked throughout the course of the day. Everybody started out with some patchy mist this morning. Quite a bit of cloud cover. The cloud cover held on tough for much of the area today. Thankfully, though, as we mentioned throughout the night, we will see breaks in the cloud cover. With that said, though, we still have a good deal of moisture at the surface. And when you combine that with a light breeze, that's going to lead to patchy, dense fog. And we're already starting to see visibilities drop as a result of that, all down to maybe a mile and a quarter around Veneta, Neosho, Mount Vernon, and other spots. Not quite as bad, but 4-mile visibility in Nevada, while it's 3 in Parsons, 2 around Joplin and Columbus. So just keep that in mind if you have to be on the road late tonight, and especially as we head back to work and school in the morning. Patchy fog, a definite possibility, so allow extra time as you make your way back to work and school, especially tomorrow morning. As far as temperatures today, this is similar to yesterday. We started really in the lower 60s, and for most of us, the best we could do is afternoon highs, middle to upper 60s, especially underneath that cloud cover that was really stubborn to move on out of here. With that said, though, we did have some of us in the lower 70s today. Fredonia, Independence, Nowata, and points to the west. You had quite a bit of sunshine today, so you definitely made the most of that before you saw some of that cloud cover sneak back in, maybe a little fog build in too. At 10:31, we have most of us sitting lower to middle 60s, 60 in Stockton, while 65 in Joplin, 66 in Wells, while 67 in Iola and Chanute. Keep in mind, a low of 61 and a high of 66. We're right about where we should be in terms of starting temperatures go. An average low of 62, but we should be topping out around 85 degrees. So with us far below normal today, that high of 66 definitely felt and looked like a classic fall day around here, even though we're still about maybe a few weeks out from the official start of the season. Last check at 10:32, we had the airport in Joplin checking in at 65 with a calm breeze, and with that temperature close to the dew point, no surprise, the humidity is pretty high at 90%. That is setting us up for some patchy fog as we go through the rest of the night, with cloud cover, again, slowly but surely starting to break apart. Other than that, we looked quiet all day long on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. The remnants of Gordon's continue to move off toward the east. Definitely doesn't look like what it used to back just about a week ago when it was starting to come out of the Gulf of Mexico. It's just resulting now in quite a bit of rain around the Great Lakes, down the Appalachian Mountain Range, down to the Gulf Coast. That's just general rain and thunderstorms. In terms of the tropics, though, our next big system that we're definitely going to watch will be this system out still in the open Atlantic. That is Hurricane Florence. The latest advisory from the 10 o'clock hour Central Time had wind speeds pegged at 90 miles per hour, with gusts starting to push 100 miles per hour. It's continuing to move to the west at 7 miles per hour. With that trajectory and speed, it'll stay over the open waters as we go into Monday, but it's going to strengthen as it does so. It could be a Category 3 with 120 mile per hour winds as we go into Monday evening. Then look at Tuesday and Wednesday. It's expected to peak at its strongest as a strong Category 4 hurricane with 150 mile per hour wind speeds projected before it wants to take aim somewhere along the eastern coast of the United States. With the latest on this track is suggesting that Florence could potentially come close to, if not make landfall, from about, let's say, south of Virginia Beach, Cape Hatteras, all the way down to about, let's say, Charleston, South Carolina. But in general, I'd say from Washington, D.C., up down to about, let's say, Savannah or Jacksonville. Let's just continue to keep a very close eye on Florence, even though it'll weaken to a tropical storm as we head into Friday evening. As long as that system's still around, it's going to be at least a bit of a mess with the way things are looking. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on Florence. For now, it's still over the open waters. And for our area, we're just seeing a nice calm setup unfold in the upper levels as we head into the rest of the week ahead of us. Again, this upper low representing the remnants of Gordon. That continues to move off toward the east, so that keeps us in a quiet spell especially as we go through the night and into Monday. Granted, again, we have to get past patchy fog in the morning. It could be dense in some spots as well. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy to start the morning out. Then we'll shake off the cloud cover. We'll get rid of the fog during the morning. And that's looking pretty nice for your Monday. At least everybody will be back into the 70s as we go into Monday afternoon with, thankfully, quite a bit more sunshine along the way. 58 in the morning. Chilly start too, so definitely have the jacket handy. 71 by noon, then we'll have afternoon highs, at least in Joplin around 77 degrees, but I think most of us will climb into the upper 70s before we hit sunset Monday evening. Quick look at Tuesday morning. Doesn't quite look like a foggy setup, so we'll go ahead and call that a partly cloudy to mostly clear sky to start your Tuesday morning out. Then looking nice for your Tuesday afternoon. Mostly sunny, highs in the lower 80s. That's not looking bad for Tuesday. We'll keep things quiet for Wednesday, and for much of the week, really. It's looking pretty dry overall, not to mention warm with highs mainly staying in the 80s with this setup. I do want to keep an eye on this upper low. It may want to try and do something as we head into next week. For the time being, though, it wants to stay well off to the west, so that won't bother us. And, of course, our eyes will also be focusing on Florence as we go throughout the course of the week as well. Again, for our area, over the next 7 days, looking pretty quiet. 77 tomorrow, 81 Tuesday and Wednesday, 84 Thursday, then bouncing between the middle to upper 80s for the coming weekend. It's looking dry overall. You could argue maybe a stray thunderstorm with a little more moisture as we go into Saturday, but those chances are looking fairly slim. I say overall, we're looking at a nice, quiet weekend ahead of us. Have a good night. Have a great Monday.